All right, guys, welcome to Tuesday, July 16th. If you guys are watching the replay, who knows what day it is, but we're here in the middle of summer and enjoying every single day, every minute. The beautiful weather and the longer days is always welcome. Welcome to our continuing education class. My name is Hayley. I'm joining you guys from Northeastern Nevada, and most people think Nevada and they just think Las Vegas. We are as far from Las Vegas as you can get without leaving the state. We also are really lucky because we experience all 4 seasons. And although it gets hot here, like we've been hitting 100, but that's kind of not the norm. We can only expect that for a couple of weeks, maybe during the summer. So anyhow, enough about that. Tonight, we are going to talk about hormones and detox and the importance of how your body will show up differently for you when you take care of it. And when, our bodies are kind of like a car. If we don't get rid of some of the gunk and stuff over time, things will build up and our bodies just don't function the way that they're supposed to. So I want to bring attention to the screen. You guys, this is a class that is being recorded. If you have questions, you can put them in the chat, or you can wait until the end of class where we're happy to answer those questions for you. Also, we are going to be asking you guys to share some testimonials at the end. That's one of my favorite things about these classes, is learning the experience that other people are having. And that's really how we learn, right? I mean, if I have learned from trial and error and all the other things, and most of my knowledge has come from attending other people's classes or learning what's working for them. Now, we do classes every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at this Zoom room. Monday and Tuesday are recorded, and you're always welcome to bring your friends and family. If you listen to a class, or maybe down the road, you're going to go, gosh, I remember a class and I really would love to listen again. Make sure you reach out to the person who invited you here and ask them for the recording, because we've now started recording them so that we can share them later and everybody can benefit. Now, when you watch or join us live for 8 classes, you are able to win a free recipe book. It is our gift to you for investing in yourselves. But we have a couple of things that you must do, and that is you'll text the word class, and you could just put class and hormones, and to the phone number 534-429-5392. When you do that within 24 hours of watching the class, then we are able to keep track of it. And when you have got all 8 classes, we get that recipe book for you. The recipe book is something that I absolutely love. We're actually working right now on volume 2. So be keeping your eyes and ears out for that. It's going to be pretty amazing. Okay, like I said, we have 8 different classes that we teach on Tuesdays. These classes rotate and revolve over and over. So tonight we're on class number 4. Next week, if you know anybody who is around kids or has pets, or maybe you're a grandma or work at a daycare, or maybe you have friends that have kids, you'll want to make sure you invite them to that class. It's an excellent class that is taught sometimes by kids, which is also really exciting, because these kids are using the essential oils in their everyday practice, and they are being raised with, the first time that something comes up, the first thing they think of is, what oil can we use for that? So make sure you put this on your calendar to join us next Tuesday at the same time. Okay, so tonight we are going to be talking about our hormones and how we can have healthy, happy hormones, and we can show up the very best way. Now, on the right-hand side is our normal pyramid of what we have, where we start with our base of proper nutrition and digestion. And then movement is also something that's really important for our metabolic health. Now, on the left-hand side, I'm just going to point out to you the number of industrial chemicals that are used in household items that have been tested by the FDA are only 200. Now, the last time that this test was done is in 1976. I promise you that how many of you guys have been exposed to a cleaner or some kind of a chemical that has made them either have side effects like a headache, maybe a runny nose. Some people will actually get sick to their stomach. I'll never forget when I was younger, I was in charge of cleaning a floor, and they gave me bleach and ammonia. And when I put those two things together, it made a really toxic chemical that they wanted me to clean their floors with. And I instantly started feeling really sick, lightheaded, dizzy, and come to find out that that was a toxic chemical that could have really caused some harm. But if we can be aware of some of the different chemicals that are around us, then our job here is to help to reduce the toxins so that our bodies can function better, and we'll be able to get rid of some of the effects that especially women can get rid of. Okay, so this is a really great screen that I love because, you know, toxic chemicals are in our bodies. We really can't avoid them. We're exposed to them just walking down the street. If you are eating things out of plastic containers, it's been shown that those plastics, when they heat up, put chemicals into whatever it is that we're eating or drinking. And so when you are buying bottled water at the grocery store, a lot of times people will test or show different toxic chemicals in their body, and they are going, well, I'm just drinking water, and yet I've always got a headache, or my body feels, you know, I've got a runny nose, or I've got allergies. And, you know, some of the things that are being put to risk is fertility. More and more women are unable to be able to get pregnant because of all of the different chemicals and things that we're being exposed to. Now, the other one is breathing. How many of you guys know of a person who has difficulty with breathing? My dad had bronchial asthma, which meant that he really had to watch the foods that he ate, the combinations that he was eating. If he was around any kind of a chemical, a cleaner, candles, scented lotions, you name it, it could put him into an asthma attack where he would lose the ability to breathe, which is important. And then over time, some of these things that we're exposed to can cause even more dis-ease in our bodies, which could be things like Parkinson's or some of these autoimmune disorders. And so my goal here tonight, you guys, is to help just with awareness of we aren't going to be able to completely live a toxic or chemical-free life. It's just pretty much impossible. But what if we were more aware and were able to reduce some of those things that we are around on a regular basis? Now, a lot of times people are like, okay, what the heck are toxins? Where are they? How can I get rid of them? Well, they are in our laundry detergents. They are in dryer sheets. If you've ever looked up Google the harm that is caused by dryer sheets, and you'll be blown away by the things. And some of those labels that are on, you know, bottles, as we know, some of them have those warnings of, you know, may cause, and then fill in the blank. Like I mentioned earlier, women especially are susceptible to a lot of different side effects because we, you know, color our hair and wear fingernail polish, and we, you know, put on all the makeup, and we want to smell good. And, you know, when I was a younger mom, my goal around our household was to have it smell as fresh and clean as possible. The longer that it smelled good, the more fragrance that was there, the better I liked it. Little did I know that I was also suffering from chronic headaches, tension, you know, migraines, where I would be lights out. My body would hurt. As a matter of fact, even today, when I walk down the grocery store aisle where they have the household cleaners, my body hurts. Does anyone else here ever experience anything like that? So, my personal story in getting me to doTERRA was I was suffering from debilitating allergies that would put me in bed for at least 2 or 3 weeks of the month. Like, I'm not kidding. I would swell from my forehead all the way to my below my nose, where you couldn't see my nose. My eyes would be completely swollen shut. And these attacks would happen within a couple of, you know, within about 4 or 5 minutes of feeling, you know, my face would start to tingle. I was lights out. And what was happening is, because I had been exposed to so many things over time, and I was not doing a good job of detoxing and cleansing my body, that it was just like it would have these little triggers, and it was awful. you guys, now I may have a reaction to something, but it's very rare, and it's something that I can completely control. And so I'm so grateful that I have the knowledge and the experience and the ability to go in and do some of these different cleanses from household, things. And then plus, I've also made it a goal. So when I first started using doTERRA, of course, I had a list of things. Like I got a book and I started reading through it, and I had this list and these sticky notes in the book. And it was like, okay, I need this and I need this and I need that. And my husband needs this and my son needs that. Well, what I did is I just kind of made a list, and I started a target of what's the most important thing that I want to work on. And then as I was able to get rid of some of the things in the house, the other things were really great, because as I started placing my order every month and I started my collection growing, I was able to replace all of the candles. Like I was a candle burning person, and baths and lotions and things. And so I really started with candles first, because I love the diffuser. Not only do I love diffusing, but I love the ability to create whatever scent I want. And little by little, I went through our house and we were able to get rid of, it's been years and years since I have worn a, perfume other than one I make with essential oils. Or now I'll always wear makeup, but I try to get the cleanest makeup and products that I can. Okay, so I want to introduce to you one of my favorite product lines in doTERRA, and this is the Cleanse and Restore Kit. Now, this kit is something you can buy as a whole, and when you do, you save below the wholesale pricing, because anytime there's a partner, or like if you buy shampoo and conditioner, you're going to get a discount off of the wholesale pricing. So this kit is one that doTERRA put together so people would know exactly where to start, and they would have what they need to help clean out the gunk in our bodies. Now, recently I was at a training when they were talking about, gardening, and how if you were to just take garden seeds or flower seeds or whatever and just start throwing them outside in your yard, what is the likelihood that they're going to grow into a beautiful garden or beautiful flowers? Well, for me, highly unlikely, because the ground needs to be prepared. You need to get rid of all the weeds, remove the rocks, get the sticks out of the way. If there's anything maybe there's old tractor parts or something like that, you need to remove all of that stuff and get rid of it so that you can start with a really great base. And so that's part of what this Restore Kit does. Is they have things like Zendocrine, which we'll go deeper in just a minute. And it helps to prepare your body to be able to not only cleanse and detox better, because our whole goal here, you guys, is to get the best function of all of our organs, including our skin and our lungs and our heart, and being able to breathe properly, so that and our hormones, right? Our hormones are such a huge part of us feeling good and having the energy, being able to sleep, having those clear thoughts. And so this is a great way to start. Now, going into our Lifelong Vitality Pack, I'm sure if you guys have joined us for more than one or two classes, you know that this is the #1 foundational product that we recommend no matter what people are going through. When people come to me and they say, I really don't have anything, like I don't hurt and I sleep good, and my mind is clear and I don't have any kind of skin disorders or anything, I'm like, well, our goal is to help you keep it that way. But those people are far and few between, because most every time I talk to somebody, they've got something going on. And usually these days, it's usually something pretty serious. So we want to help with the foundation. And as you look at the description on the right-hand side, it helps with inflammatory responses. It helps with cellular energy, mental clarity. How many of you guys wouldn't want to have more energy and have clearer thoughts? It also helps to support a healthy metabolism, which we know is way more than just weight loss, right? It helps with our joints and the way that we recover. And then, of course, our omega, which is the one on the bottom. And you guys, this one is such a great product. I love it because it also has 9 essential oils in there, which you can't get in most any other product. So when people say, oh, I already take a supplement, well, how are you feeling? Where's your energy on a scale from 1 to 10? Where's your sleep on a scale from 1 to 10? Because I know that when when we work with people and they'll give us 90 days, we can completely change the way that they're feeling. Okay, so here is a suggested 30-day cleanse. You'll see that on the first 10 days, you'll do the Lifelong Vitality and Zendocrine, Terrazyme, and Lemon. Then each day or each 10 days, it changes slightly. So that at the very end, you're adding in the Restore Probiotic and DDR Prime. Now, if you've been using our products for a long time, when I see a cleanse like this, of course, I can supercharge it or I can adjust my daily supplements to what I need. But there's a lot of these products that I use on a regular basis because of the way I feel. Like I feel amazing. And it's like the longer I use this product, the better I feel. Okay, so we're going to kind of do a deep dive into some of the products so that you can understand the difference of them and why people love them and how you can utilize and use them in your daily routine. So you'll see here that we have Zendocrine, which is awesome for any of your filter organs, your kidneys, your colon, your lungs, your skin, liver, all of those different organs that help to get rid of that buildup. So if you think of your body like a car, and you can get an oil filter or an oil change anytime, or you can just keep on adding oil in, and then pretty soon it's going to be all built up on the edges and it's just not going to be running properly. It's going to be a little sluggish. So you need to go in and really get kind of a deep clean, right? So what's cool about this is we have two different Zendocrine products. The one on the bottom left-hand corner is a gel cap, which has the essential oil in the capsules and then the essential oil by itself. Now, what I love about this is you have two different ways of delivery. So you can put it on topical. If I have a cut or a scrape or a pimple or something that's just not getting better with the normal tea tree or HD Clear or something, I'll know that my body needs to detox and cleanse and get rid of it. So I will apply Zendocrine oil topically. Now, you can also take the Zendocrine gel cap internally. Like my routine is I take one of these in the morning and I take one of these at night, especially if I have been eating things that might have a lot of chemicals or a lot of things added to it. It's pretty hard these days to get anything that doesn't have something added to it or it hasn't been processed of some kind. So I'll take those just to help my organs function better and to be able to clean them out so that I feel good. Now, the Zendocrine detoxification complex, which is on the right-hand side, is more of an herbal supplement that helps to give the nutrients to our filter organs so that they can all have the recovery and function the proper way. Now, this one, if you are somebody who has had, like I'm going to say, just things in your body that might be building up that you want to get rid of, Zendocrine is something that you are able to take on a regular basis. I do take both of these products every day because my body needs the extra support. Okay, the next product is GX Assist. Now, what I love about doTERRA and their science and all of the different studies and all of the things that they put into their products is making sure that these capsules open up in our bodies where they're going to be utilized and best for us to be able to absorb without going straight through the body, which is what a lot of different supplements and different products do. Now, you'll see the ingredient list on the left-hand side of this. You guys, GX Assist is that real deep lower GI cleanse. This is something that I don't use on a regular basis, but if I have something going on in my digestive system, this is one that I will use more regularly. Because it has some of those big powerhouse oils like oregano, it has thyme oil, which both are highly antibacterial. So, this is one also, if you take it out of the bottle and you feel it, it's almost impossible to break it in your hands or your fingers because it's meant to go deeper into your lower GI, like I said, and open up there without going into where your stomach acids are and stuff like that, so that it can really be more powerful, where you need those antifungal and antibacterial things to stop growing. This is one that when you're using this product, we don't necessarily teach to use a probiotic at the same time. If someone has been on a lot of different antibiotics, this would be a perfect example of a great time to come in and use this when your body's trying to recover from whatever it's been exposed to and get the extra support. And then once it's done, then you would come in with your probiotic and kind of put that good flora and good stuff back into your body, so your body can digest itself, or digest easier and better, for a better outcome. Now, a hack on this is when people have any kind of, like Ovid or, virus thing is floating around that people can't get rid of. Maybe it's a cough that's just persistent or something. I will use either On Guard Plus. And if that's not kicking it, then I'll put GX Assist and I'll use that. And always, you guys, anytime you have questions about something like that, make sure you reach out to the person who invited you here so that we can help to support you in getting the best benefit and the maximum use for your products. Okay, so now we're going to kind of jump over to monthly hormone support products. Now, here's another one of those kits that is called the, I think they call it the women's kit. It might, I don't know, they might have changed the name now because not only women use this product, but we've got a lot of men who are using some of these products now too, mainly because, and younger kids. I have a little gal that I worked with at 11 years old. She had been recommended to use the phytoestrogen because of all the hormones and things that are being put in our meat and our chicken, beef, yeah, even the milk and stuff like that. They're just full of some of these things. So our bodies are getting oversaturated. And so they're having some effects and they're going through different changes way quicker than they used to. So this kit comes with Clary Calm, which is a monthly blend for women, the bone nutrient, and then phytoestrogen. Now, phytoestrogen is one of those things that I recommend not only to women, but men can also use this product. I know it sounds a little strange. It is not an estrogen. It is actually a plant-based xenoestrogen, which blocks all of the different bad estrogens that get into our bodies that we're exposed to from those, over having too many perfumes and too many different things that may have our hormones going up and down and all over the place. It's very, very effective. I love the phytoestrogen. I started taking it a few years ago when I started experiencing this little personal global warming stuff. And I was like, wait, what's going on? I feel like I'm getting sick. And then I wasn't. And it was like, I found that there was a pattern to it. So I started taking one phytoestrogen at night because I love taking things like this at bedtime, because that's when your body is recovering and taking care of itself. And it's a great time for it to be able to kind of rest so that it can heal and do what it needs to. Well, I started taking one at night and pretty soon those global warming effects were gone. And so I stopped taking it. Well, about 3 or 4 months later, I noticed that they came back and they were pretty steady. So I started taking one every day regularly and I started getting great results. About 6 or 7, 8 months later, I noticed that they were coming back again. And so I started taking one phytoestrogen at night and one in the morning. And I did that for about 2 years. Now, I take one just randomly. Like if I start feeling any kind of effects, then I just start taking them again. And what I love about doTERRA is hardly any of the products are something that you would take on a regular basis forever. When we give our body what it needs to repair, it does naturally. But yet there are some things that, of course, we would take all the time, like the Lifelong Vitality. Okay, the next one is the bone nutrient. You guys, this is so much more than just calcium. A lot of times people are going, oh, I don't really need calcium, or I get, I drink milk or whatever it is. This is a daily use product for me, and I take 2 or 3 of these before I go to bed at night. I know that our bodies are able to absorb it. And because of the blend combination that this capsule is, it has vitamin D2 and 3, so that it helps the calcium absorb better. It also gives us 100% of the daily calcium and magnesium that is recommended. So anytime you hear anyone have anything osto related, so that's people's bones that break easy, or they're weak bones, or people who are going through growing spurts, or people maybe that have low bone density. This would be a great product for them to use as a supplement. What I love also about this is it's a whole food vitamin, and it's really great. So doTERRA really makes an effort to make sure that our supplements that they provide for us, well, they don't provide them, that we purchase from them, are bioavailable, which means that our bodies are able to break it down and absorb it and to bring it into, then our body can work synergistically to, work and utilize every single part of this. I love this product. I use it daily, and I highly recommend it for a lot of anybody who's going through some of those things, like I mentioned. Okay, the third part of this is Clary Calm. I mentioned it as the monthly blend for women. When I first started with doTERRA, I used to call this the bitch stick because anybody who is bitchy got this, put that on them. Didn't matter what time of the month or how old they were. This is a really great blend that helps to support our hormones so that they can be more balanced. Now you'll see there's clary sage, lavender, you got bergamot, which is really great with just feeling overwhelmed and, like, I don't know, just that self-confidence that you need. Ylang ylang is a really great one that's in here too, because it helps us to just feel like we're supported. And it's also very, very helpful and supportive to a heart, just to keep it nice and calm. It has fennel. So fennel is a great essential oil. A lot of people will know it for your digestive system, but if you think about your cramping and things, it really helps to minimize the effect of those cramps. And of course, we've got carrot seed. Now, people use this for hormone balancing, for menopause, for menstruation. I have a friend who, when she first got introduced to doTERRA, she was cramping so bad about 2 or 3 days of the month that she would literally be in bed or curled up in a ball. And she started wearing Clary Calm on the inside of her wrists, like perfume, and around her ankles every day as her perfume. And not only did her husband love the smell of it, but over time, her cramps went away to where she could just use it whenever she wanted. She'd been searching for a really long time for something that could give her such good relief. Now on the right-hand side, we got 2 different recipes for you guys. There's a thyroid support. Now, what I love about this blend, it's 8 drops of lavender, 5 drops of lemongrass, frankincense, myrrh, and clove, and you put that in a 10 ml roller bottle, and then you just top it off with fractionated coconut oil. Now, this blend is meant to balance a thyroid. So whether you have an overactive or an underactive thyroid, great. You put it on your throat. You can apply it here. You can also find the reflex points on your hands and your feet and apply this. And we have seen people that have been able to get on the minimum amount of medication for thyroid by using this blend consistently 2 times a day. Now, that's big, in my opinion. If we can get some results like that, why wouldn't we do that? And then, of course, on the bottom of this is True Self, which is a roller bottle perfume or perfume that I absolutely have fallen in love with. If you've not experienced Whisper is an excellent women's blend again. It kind of changes to your pheromones in your body, so it smells different on each person. And I love it. It's real musky smelling. And then in this blend, we've also added lime oil, which is the zest of life, and bergamot, which is that self-confidence. You guys, this is such an uplifting, beautiful scent. I know a lot of people who buy it from us and they just wear it over and over. Is they're definitely a great way to reduce some of those chemical and those toxins by over-the-counter perfumes and things. Okay, now I'm going to introduce you to MetaPower. So when we're talking about detoxing and cleansing, so we've gone through, gosh, we've got lemon and we have, the different endocrines and different products like that that you can use, internally and topical to get rid of and clean out all of those filter organs. Now this system, which it is a system, there's 5 different parts to it, but we're only featuring the metabolic blend, which is a combination of grapefruit, which is really great because it helps with sugar cravings. It helps to your body to release and let go of some of the fat that it might be holding on to. Lemon is great because it's a real gentle cleanser, right? If you go down any cleaning aisle at anywhere, there a lot of the times you'll see lemon essential oil, which we know for it to say 100% pure essential oil, it only has to have less than 6 drops of that oil in the container. Who knows what else they put in there, right? And then we have peppermint, which the benefit of peppermint in this blend is to help with cravings, to help you feel satisfied. As a little girl, when I go to church with my grandma, she always had these little pink mints that she would put in her pocket. And anytime I was a little, fussy or causing trouble or something, she would just reach into her pocket and get me one of these little pink mints. And I remember just going, oh, okay. And it just calmed me right down. And so then we have ginger, which anytime you have something that might be upsetting to your stomach or needs to calm it down, maybe motion sickness or something like that, ginger is really great at just calming your digestive system. And because it's referred to as a hot oil, it actually helps with the fat burning process. And then the last oil that's in this blend is cinnamon bark, which is really great for balancing those sugar levels from spiking up and going down and spiking up. And so this has 4 different deliveries. There's a gum, and I love to use the gum. I'll just put it in my pocket, or if I'm going out to dinner or something, when I'm done and I don't want to keep snacking, or maybe I've decided I don't want dessert, I'll throw a piece of the gum in my mouth and I can just chew on it. And it's very satisfying and it's helping my body to be happy. There's an oil, which you can just drop in your water. You can put it on topical. You can drop it under your tongue. There's a soft gel, which has 5 drops of this oil blend in each one of the soft gels. So you could take this, say 20 or 30 minutes before you eat a meal, and it will just help to curb your appetite. Or there's also beetlets. And each one of these benefit, you guys, is one more step in being able to help detox and cleanse our body so that it can function properly and get rid of some of the things that might be causing us to have some of those ups and downs and headaches and things like that. Okay, so citrus oils, especially lemon, adding it to your water. So a lot of times I'll recommend people, every day you should have at least 2 or 3 drops of citrus oil in your water, or I don't care if it's a cocktail, a mocktail, coffee, iced tea. Of course, water is going to be the best way to keep yourself hydrated, which hydration is a key point, a key part of balancing our hormones also, you guys. So lemon also has the benefits of naturally detoxing. It's a natural antioxidant. And so there's all kinds of benefits. Now, for men and women, there's a recommended frankincense, pink pepper, and grapefruit breast detox. You guys, this is so simple to do. You can put all of these oils, equal parts, into an empty bottle of some kind. You guys love repurposing your bottles. So what I'll do is I'll just, soak the label and I'll get it off. And then I'll put blends like this in with equal parts of all 3 of these. And then when I'm, getting out of the shower and I'm putting my lotion on, sometimes I'll just take that blend and I'll just put a few drops in my hands. And then I'm able to put it underneath my armpits, across my breasts, anywhere that you might have glands that could get swollen. This is going to be extremely beneficial to keep that breast tissue nice and healthy and happy. Okay. Here's a really great one. If you guys have not been taking screenshots, this is one I would definitely take a screenshot of because we want to get our hormones back on track. We talked about Zendocrine, and you can apply, and I said you could apply the essential oil over on your body. So this is recommending to put 8 drops over your liver every night. And when we have a healthy, happy liver, the rest of our body and our hormones get balanced and we just feel better. Now, a really great thing to know about fennel is it helps to balance healthy estrogen levels. So we're in our new recipe book that we're putting together, we actually have a blend that was given to us by Alicia Ann Fritz. Some of you guys may know her, maybe not, but she has a daily capsule where you take fennel and thyme and clary sage, and you put a couple of drops of each of those into this capsule and you take it every day just for happy, healthy hormones. Sorry. Now we've got grapefruit and thyme together is really great for healthy progesterone levels. 2 drops of each of them 2 times a day. And why do we recommend around the ankles? Does anybody know? If you have that answer, we're going to go ahead. Maybe we'll have that be a prize at the end of class. If you know why we would put it on the inside of our elbows, so right here on this part of our skin and around our ankles. And then, of course, we have the clary calm that you can apply over your lower abdomen, especially to minimize cramping. And if you also, a hack for this also is Digestin. So because Digestin helps soothe and calm stomach issues, especially when you have that cramping, you can just apply that over your lower abdomen. Sometimes I'll take and recommend the gel caps for people. Now, the tips here, you guys, are you need to be consistent. The more consistent you are with taking your Lifelong Vitality and your Zendocrine on a regular basis, the more your body is going to react and the happier it's going to be. So when I've done cleanses in the past, what I can tell you is I'll do a cleanse. And when I first started, I would wait for about 5-10 days and then I would do a cleanse again. And each time I did that, it's like my body got cleaner and cleaner and the cleanse got deeper and deeper. So if you're somebody who has really got some stuff, then reach out and again, ask the person who you're working with to make sure that you're getting the best benefit for the products that you're using. If you do a cleanse and then you can just go back to the regular habits, or you don't do a cleanse, but every, 3 years or something, your body is going to have a lot of buildup that it needs to get rid of. Drink more water. Drink more water. Hydration is such an important key to mind clarity, having our body flush through, flushing out toxins and things like that. And then get as much sleep as you possibly can. We know that our bodies need at least a minimum of 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night. And so that's our time to recover. Like if you're going to play hard, then you need to be able to really focus on getting some sleep so that your body is able to show up the best way it can for you. Okay, this is a great slide to talk about the way that we purchase our essential oils. So if you're new here, or maybe you are just getting started, or maybe you've been with us for a little while, loyalty rewards is the only way that I purchase my products. And when I started with doTERRA, I was like, nope, there's no way. Like, I'm just not doing it, because I had been caught in programs where I couldn't stop them and it was almost impossible to change it. Everything about our loyalty program, you guys, is super simple and easy. I love that we can earn up to 30% back for every dollar that we spend. When I turn my points in, I get free product. It's like going to the shopping store and being able to get whatever it is that I want, and I can just turn these points in and I get it for free. Now, other perks of loyalty is that you can get free shipping. Like, who doesn't want free shipping? I definitely want to maximize this benefits for me. And then when you have your order ship on or before the 15th of the month, you get a free product. You guys, I've gotten some really cool products that I was unable to purchase by having my order be, 125 before the 15th. And to be quite honest with you, when people are really looking at this lifestyle and changing and getting rid of stuff. And so a lot of times people will say, gosh, I know, but it starts adding up so quick. But when you stop having to invest money in different things, like the money that we have saved from us not having to go to the doctor all the time, or not having to, get prescriptions or shots. I was getting shots for my allergies, my husband, I could go on forever. Those things we're no longer having to do. And we've also been replacing all of our household cleaning items and things like that. It's just saved us so much that it's fun. It's fun to be able to get the most value for what we're getting. Now, you guys, if you are interested in learning how to get your oils for free, or learning how to earn an extra $50, I know every dollar counts right now. I know in our household, we're watching every dollar, making sure that it goes as far as it possibly can. There are many ways that you can get free products. You can earn just by referring and sharing with your friends and family and maybe coworkers how they can get the oils at the best price and below. And when you help them, one of the things I thought about when I first was introduced is, first of all, I was a hard no. I'm not doing this as a business. I'm not selling anything. I don't want to sell anyone. And here I am. After about 6 months, I couldn't stop talking about it. And I learned that I wanted to be able to get my oils for free for my family. And that's exactly what I did. And they're going to buy it from someone. Why not have them buy it from you? And then we help to support you in teaching them how to get the best value for their oils. Okay, there is something special happening from now until the end of July. doTERRA wants us to stay protected. You guys know that these products are not only marine safe, so you can wear them in the water. It doesn't matter if it's a reef or lake, river, whatever. It's safe for the plants and the fish and everything that gets into the water. One of the things that I also love about this product is it's blue light safe. So sometimes, like, I'm out in the sun, like I go for a nice little hike every single morning, and I love the sun, but I also don't want to have problems with the sun getting too much. So I'll put this stuff on. I love the face. It goes on underneath my makeup. It's lightweight. It doesn't feel sticky. I can put my makeup on over the top of it. It has an SPF of 28, which I love. Now, it also helps to protect from the blue light screen on my computer. How many of you guys spend more than, I don't know, half hour on either your phone, your iPad, your computer? If you are, the stuff that's coming off of your computer is aging your skin. So this helps to protect that. And then we also have an after sun spray, because more than likely, if you have little ones, or people who are athletic, people who are outside doing yard work or whatever, there's times when you just get a little bit too much kiss from the sun. This after sun spray is made for soothing the skin with essential oils, aloe, and all kinds of things that help to hydrate your skin so that your skin is happy and healthy instead of stressed out and tired and sore. You guys just log into your accounts. You can get this. I don't know if it shows the discount until you get ready to check out, and then it will take that 30% off. If you do buy this product, or if you want to stock up on it, it is safe to use these products up to 6 months after the expiration date. So you could buy it for this year, for next year, and it'd still be good. Okay, so I just want to say thank you for joining us for our class tonight. Your time is important to us. You are important to us. And more than anything, it is important that you empower yourself so that you know what to do with the essential oils and the different products that you have. That's why we are so passionate as leaders to gather here 2 or 3 times a week to help you guys on your essential oil journey. If you want to stay connected to us and receive a text reminder, you can text the word class reminders to the phone number 534-429-5392. What I love about this is 15 to 30 minutes before class starts, you'll get a text and it has the Zoom link in it already. Then if you want to share it with somebody, you just copy and paste it and send it off to your friend. Well, on Wednesdays, we send out from that same number. If you sign up for that, you get the recordings for both Monday and Tuesday. So if you missed one or you want to share it again, you have it in one click and you can share and have it at your convenience. You guys, we're so grateful that you're here. And if you are trying to earn that free recipe book, make sure you text the word class and hormone to 534-429-5392. Like I said, next week is our class number 5, healthy kids, babies, and pets. All right, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to stop the share so we can see if anybody here has any questions. Gosh, thank you so much for joining us, you guys. I love seeing your smiley faces. Okay, I would love if anyone has a question. I did not see the chat at all. Did either of you, did anybody watch the chat?
Hey, Haley.
Yes.
I just want to say fabulous class. And if people don't know how to do a screenshot, Google snipping tool, because I screenshotted and did a snipping tool on almost every screen you showed because
good.
it was fabulous information. Now, I didn't save it, but I shared it on my page, so hopefully I can get back to it. But there is so many good tidbits, and people don't realize what the good tidbits are. So, you know, when you share it on your wall, you have no clue who's going to see it and who might come back with a question. And I'm so excited that Diana Liniger is online with us tonight because she lives in Nevada and I don't know if she's ever attended a class. So yoo-hoo, Diana.
Welcome. Yeah, welcome. You guys, I love seeing all the faces and I love seeing all the new people. And I know that we have quite a few people watch the replays and recordings too. So we're grateful that you guys are here. Bobby, do you have a testimonial that you'd like to share?
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, I really can. Because I've done about 15 scans in the past 10 days, and I have had people from all over different states come in. And when somebody has an ache and a pain, I say, come on over here, sit down. And I get my frankincense out, my deep blue, my copaiba, oftentimes my marjoram. And I literally just put it on their shoulders or their neck. Or I had a gentleman in from somewhere in Texas, Fort Worth, Texas. And I thought he was in his 30s or 40s, and I think he was 75, as a matter of fact. Arthritis in the hands. We did those oils, and he has emailed me 3 times and says, I cannot believe the relief you have found for me by simply applying those to somebody's hand. So yeah, do not be afraid to share an oil or two.
You know, I think one of the most frequent comments that I hear is it that easy? Like, it seems too easy to be true. Like, are you sure that it was only those 3 things? And then the next thing out of their mouth is, well, it would probably something else because that just seems so simple, right? You know,
Well,
but yeah.
and I said to him, a friend of his from Arizona brought him in, and I said, now, Marvin, you be sure and tell Skip he's got to be consistent. So that is the trick, that consistency. And Carrie is asking what oils: frankincense, deep blue, copaiba, marjoram is what I use for arthritis. And know that deep blue is the one and only oil that is FDA regulated for arthritis and aches and pains.
It's pretty cool. So, all right, who else? Does anybody else have a question or a testimonial?
Lori would like to do a testimonial.
Right.
What is it? Is that right? It's a serum that Sarah has made, and it's skin glow. Skin glow. Skin glow serum. Anyways, what I absolutely love about it is I'm on blood thinners, and when I get a shot or anything like that, just as a matter of fact, I was in the ER the other night and I saw a bruise coming on just like that. So I put it on when I got home. This one hasn't gone away yet, but I'll tell you what, the bruises go away so fast and I love it because my bruises are those big purple ones that turn, what is it, a greenish yellow color and stuff. And this just gets rid of them pretty fast. I absolutely love it.
I get the red ones that are like blood blisters hanging out right underneath the skin. And it doesn't take much. I can just be walking somewhere, accidentally bump something, and then boom, I got this big old bruise. And what I noticed about it was if I use it first, before I put anything else on, it reduces the bruising so fast. And usually I've got these horrible looking bruises all over my arms. I don't like to show my arms because of it. And this is taking them away so quick that I'm not as embarrassed as I have been over the past several years. It's a really cool mixture and I love it.
That is incredible.
There's
So
like,
good.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
good.
it is incredible.
Sarah, do you have that recipe?
You would. Frankincense, blue tansy, arbor vitae. There's 4. There's one more. I'm so sorry.
frankincense, blue tansy, and what was that other one?
I'll
You
think
use
of it.
Immortelle?
Is it Yarrow Palm?
I add Immortelle into mine, but when I sell it, I don't. And they bought the one I sold at class. I don't think it's not Yarrow Palm. It's
No,
hold on, black spruce. Black spruce.
That's, yeah, black spruce. And that actually doesn't have the arbor vitae in it, Sarah, is what you told me. You said if I had it, I should add it.
Yes.
And I just got it today, so that's what I
Yay.
intend to do is add it. But you know what? This is my 9th group, and I have texted all of them in. So I've actually done 8 of the Tuesday night group, and then I did a couple online on YouTube. And I really, really, really want that recipe book.
So Sarah, reach out to Mandy and see where she is on that. So we look at that, and you could have already got qualified for it. Mandy has been gone. She's my personal assistant who does all of the records on that. And we usually look at it twice a month. And so if you happen to miss it by 2 weeks, then it would be another 2 weeks. But Sarah can reach out to Mandy and find out where she's at on that. So
Well,
you guys,
I texted to that phone number and I said, I was being sarcastic. I'm like, I want my prize. And so I got 2 texts back asking me to fill out a form. I filled it out and the submit button doesn't work. So
well, that's something that maybe you can share with Mandy too, Sarah. Submit, and I will.
I
work on it
I
too.
shot that text back too.
Okay, yeah, and she's gone this week. She's got some stuff going on, and so she's gone this week. So just be patient with us. We'll make sure you get your book. Congratulations, that's exciting. You guys, I do a skin serum, a skin glow is what I call it, and I take the Yarrow Palm for your face, and I do half that, and I do half of the Immortelle from the Virage line, and then inside that bottle. So I'll put arbor vitae, blue tansy, Immortelle, frankincense, helichrysum, sandalwood, and sometimes recently I've been adding some rose to it. And you can kind of customize that. Anytime you take that Yarrow Palm and start with that as the base, it's so good and so beneficial for your skin. And then you can kind of customize what you put with it according to what your skin needs are. So if you had somebody who had, really bad eczema or something, we got, and this is something that's in our new recipe book, and we give tips on what to add for what types of skin and different things. What I love about it is you could use it on babies, you can use it on older people. One of the gals who works for me's mom is turning 90 in a few months, and she has fallen and her skin has kind of peeled back. And you guys, it's pretty graphic and pretty intense. And what she'll do with this skin glow recipe is she'll put it in a sprayer because you don't want to roll it or apply it to the, with the hands, and she'll just spray it on topical. It's been insane. how awesome it's been for her skin. Like
Right.
crazy cool. Like
Yeah.
people cannot even believe how quickly her skin is starting to repair. And so, yeah, pretty cool. Okay, who else? Anybody else have
One
any?
more question real quick.
Okay.
What do you have to do to get the second recipe book?
Well, we need to make it first.
No, I want it now. No, okay, I'm
Oh,
learning.
yeah,
patience.
we're still in the process of putting it together. We're hoping to have it by convention. I would rather take our time and get it done really well than push it through. So we'll see, but it's coming and everybody's gonna want it. I'll tell you what, it's levels above the other one. So
You
not
can, you have to host 10 classes for Sarah. That's what you have to do.
10 enrollments.
You're on
I
your
do-
knees, Heather.
I do have two testimonials I want to share, two different avenues. So it does tie into this class though. The first one is on, and Hayley and I've already talked about it, but so I have made this hemorrhoid spray for very many people, for a lot of women after they have birth, give birth to babies, and it's just part of the process most times. And so we had a lamb getting ready. She was trying to prolapse on us. So Luke said, "Why don't we just try this spray that you make on her?" So we started that, and it completely sucked it back in. Like, it went away, the swelling. I have pictures, but it's too graphic for Facebook. Everyone keeps telling me. So we go to fair and I talked to Hayley, and she's like, "You need to call it the Fiona spray, because that is the ewe lamb that we saved, and she's actually a replacement for us." So we started calling it the Fiona spray. And we had not one, but two sheep people come up to us and ask us what we put on there, because their lambs were trying to prolapse. And I walked out, and the next thing I know, I have a gal that has a pig trying to prolapse. I made 3 different little bottles, because I brought my recycled bottles with me, and I have little spray tops, and I just gave them a sample, and they were putting it on all of their animals, and it worked, you guys. It was crazy. So it's just a little testimonial that animals have hormones as well. They have hiccups as well with their bodies, and it works for them. And then the next thing is on
Oh, really
Levi.
quick, Sarah, really quick.
Yeah.
So isn't it amazing, you guys, that with doTERRA, and you guys, I want to really stress that we only recommend and we only educate for doTERRA because it is miles ahead of the other products out there, right? But we can use them on pets. You can use them on, our kids, our babies, older people, younger people. It really just depends on how much of the product we use. So for littles, right, we use just like touch sometimes, we just touch the bottle. Where for an adult, we might use 2 drops. But yeah, really cool. Okay, awesome. What else?
And that's next week's class. So if you guys want to hear more about how we use all this on our animals, get adapted for showing. So this one's on Levi. So when our kids get sick, they get a Zytoscan right away. They get a Zytoscan right away, and then they get simply the cells. It's just a process we have, and they take full advantage of it. I mean, they'll fake sick just so they can get the whole process. And so this last time, we're coming in from fair, and Levi has this really dry spot on his side of his head, and he's losing hair. Well, I don't think anything of it. I put tea tree on it, not a big deal. Bumps on his back, didn't think anything of it. I'm applying my skin glow that I've made. And Luke doesn't, he's still right in that middle where he trusts it, but he's like, "Oh, but we have to follow the process of the medical." So I was cleaning a house. He took him to the doctor, and she said, "Well, it looks like a little fungal thing." Honestly, I would just be putting tea tree on it. And for his back, I would just be putting a little bit, I think she said lavender or something to calm the skin. She's like, "But honestly," she's like, "I'm sure Sarah already has this handled." And you guys, it was a slap in his face, because I was already doing it. And Levi got in the car and said, "See, mom knows what she's talking about." So you do have the tools. I'm not saying they can't go there. I'm not saying it can't go in conjunction. It was a great thing that he followed up, because he's a wonderful father. But you do have the tools. You just need to trust the process. It might take a smidge longer, but I promise you they work.
So good. I mean, and it's so simple. And I love that more and more medical professionals are leaning into using essential oils and different things. So good. I think that's awesome. Okay, you guys, anybody else have anything, any questions or testimonials? Tammy, you got one?
Let's see. So I'm gonna go to your hormonal, the bitch stick, the Clary Calm. You guys, I had a young girl who probably, which is kind of against what the standard is or society. She was an athlete, very, very skinny. And I don't know, in the past, they would say when you have such low body fat and when you're really skinny, they tend to have problems menstruating. They don't menstruate very much. But this young gal, she was in high school and I worked with her mom. Probably she was a junior in high school, I think, at the time, but she was having very, very painful and heavy menstrual cycles and long. They would last a long time. And she was a track star. Anyway, doctors kept going, gosh, you know, we need to do some surgery on her, things like that. And the mom said, I don't want to put her on the pill. I don't want to do things, you know, medically right now. She felt like she was too young. Anyway, so we had had the mom and the young girl take, excuse me, the phytoestrogen. And at the time, her little tummy could only handle half the dose of the Lifelong Vitality, but she would take the phytoestrogen and use the Clary Calm roller every day. She would roll it around her whole body like a belt every single day. Now, it took a couple of cycles, if you will, or a couple of months, but the bleeding slowed down, the duration of her period slowed down, and the pain slowed down. And she said she would just notice when she stopped doing both of the items, the phytoestrogen and the Clary Calm on a daily, that she would tend to have a little more cramping. So when Hayley was talking about how it helps balance things, I like to tell people there's a lot of times for me, like with allergies, seasonal allergies, and asthma, I find myself taking Tri-Ease every day year round, a minimum of 1 to 2 a day. And when the seasons are changing, I take more. So I made it very clear to this young gal and mom, you know, consistency is key. And like I said, I think she was going into her junior year. And by the time she graduated and was getting ready to go off to college and stuff, she had finally, you know, decided that this was important. She was going to be on her own, and to maintain it, she was feeling better, and things, you know, things were not as heavy, painful, things like that for her cycle. So you guys, consistency is key.
And I think that you've heard consistency is key quite a few times tonight, is because people will try something and once they get a bit of a result, then they forget, and then time passes a little and then it happens again. And then what they do is they go back to their old habit. And so sometimes, you know, they say, you know, for a full year of having a issue, it takes 1 full month of, you know, holistic type stuff to repair or to change what you're experiencing. And so I love you. If there is something that I love about doTERRA, and you guys hear me say this all the time, it's about women and hormones and support and headaches and tension and moodiness and cramping and bleeding and, birth and, before and after and breast tissue and, all of the things. And what's really great is we have products that we can make from, coconut oil for underarm deodorant, for, skin issues, and it's just, could it be that simple? Could it really? Because it is. It is that simple. And then, when people say, gosh, I don't know what to get, or do I get that free product? Or, what do I turn my free points into? It's like, oh my gosh, here's a list. Like I love, like, I've got this new thing that we're working on that we got at a training, and it's called a ditch and switch sheet. And it's got 3 copies, and it has everything from family care, immunity, metabolic and gut health, sun care, hair care, household products, vitamins, skincare, spa products. And it's like, okay, if we're going to replace what's in our medicine cabinets that are causing all these bad side effects, like causing it. I love it when somebody comes to me and they say, oh my gosh, you smell so good. And I love being able to say, and you can too, and you don't have to worry about, all the effects. It's so easy. Okay. Michaela.
Actually, it's Lori had a question.
Oh, sorry, Lori.
Oh, my question was, my son recently said he has alopecia. So would the tea tree oil be good for something like that?
So of course, tea tree is going to be part of it. It just depends on the severity. So one of the first things that I love a ton is, and there are some different recipes. So you can look in Good Vibes, and we've got there's a mermaid spray. We have Luscious Locks, which is another one that's really good that you spray on. And these are easy to make. The root to tip serum, if you guys look at the ingredients in that, it is meant to help stimulate and wake up the head and all of the follicles and things like that for hair growth and for thickening. And so it really just kind of depends on where he's at, what's causing it. Like you guys, one of the favorite things I love to do is like, okay, what's the root? Like what's happening? And then let's dig down deep enough to find what's causing it at the root level. And then you can start to address that. But yeah, I'm sure Sarah has lots of ways that she can guide you guys through places to get started. And with a man or a male, first one is will they use the product? Because a lot of times, if I'm going to take the time and the effort to help research something like that, the first question I always ask is, will they use it? Because men specifically are like, oh, but it stinks. I'm not using it. I don't care what it will do for me. I won't use it because it stinks. And yet, if you're like me, I got to the point when I first started using oils, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to use this only when I'm at home or only when I am, getting to work and I'm putting socks on, because I didn't want to offend anybody by the smell. And then about, I don't know, 6 months in, I'm like, I don't care what or who, I'm wearing it, I'm using it. People can just deal with it. And that's pretty much how I am now. And I have way more people say, gosh, you smell so good versus what is that smell? May smell like a pizza, but
I do smell like a pizza. Go ahead, go.
I was gonna say, so the sprays that you were talking about are in that book that we're waiting to get?
those will be in the new book.
The
You
second
you can already find those recipes though in Good Vibes just by going into that group and searching. And you might even just put hair or hair growth, and it's going to pop up with a bunch of stuff to start with.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, you guys, anybody else have any questions or anything you want to share? Okay, well, tomorrow night is Wednesday. Tammy, what's your round table on tomorrow?
We are actually on cinnamon.
Cinnamon. Okay. If you guys want to learn all of the benefits and the different ways to use cinnamon, join us tomorrow night. If you're watching this recording, you'll probably have missed it because those classes are not recorded. It's a great way for you to get intimate with the oils, learn what to do, how to do, all the things about it. So you guys, thank you so much for coming. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.